Thank you very much, Medley TV, for this interesting interactive session. I just want to ask our guest today. He said that we all should be involved in politics. We should go to our villages and get involved and show these people that we actually care. And I'm beginning to wonder what will happen to a society where everybody's involved in politics. What if I am a medical doctor? What if I am a fashion designer? Do I really have to get into politics for things to work in my country?
Everybody is a politician. Everybody is a politician, not in the Nigerian sense. So everybody is a political animal. And therefore, if you like, stay in your cocoon. What politics brings, when it brings government will do things that will affect you. You begin to complain. Immediately you start complaining, that's a political action. So everybody is a political animal. Everybody can be involved in politics. Everyone can do politics. If the social definition is right, everyone can be a politician. You see, when you look at, there are different facets of politics. There's the propaganda wing of politics, there's the political information dissemination structure of politics. There is the mobilizers, there are the canvassers, there are the organizers. There are different levels of political activities. So everyone is a political animal.
Are you satisfied that the PDP has met the expectation of Nigeria as the opposition party in the country to checkmate the excesses of the APC-led administration in Nigeria?
We have never seen the opposition being emasculated as the PDP is being emasculated in Nigeria. In fact, the only place where such opposition is being fought as it is fought is in North Korea and Russia. So when you say PDP being a viral opposition, in the circumstance we found ourselves at the national, we are trying our best. You see, when people come to you with everything they have. In Yobe State, money was traced to the account of a resident electoral commissioner. Till today, he has not been tried. The gentleman mentioned who gave the money. The trace is there who paid in the money. But because the person is not of the PDP, there's no inquiry. There is no trial. In Rivers State, you've seen what is happening there because it's PDP. You hear that the Secretary to Government of the Federation has been accused of fraud. The presidency clears. You hear that Magu. You hear that Magu is accused of fraud. The presidency clears. You hear that the Chief of Staff to the presidency has something to do with MTN, and they say it's a gift. You hear all sorts. You go to Kano where the house of the resident electoral commissioner was burnt down, or you say fire raised. No one has sought, there is no panel of inquiry to determine how fire raised the building with all the occupants. Everyone dead. Nothing. So, how do you become a viral opposition in the circumstance? You hear Secretary to Government going to grant an interview and say, yes, we must go after those in PDP who have not come to APC because they were the ones who were eating and were watching, so that it is now our time to eat. So that gives you a peep into the philosophy of, so a lot of things have gone on, but the PDP has remained a viral, in fact, PDP has remained the only hope, the only alternative voice for Nigerians. You see, despite the fact that the internal crisis in the party may not also be totally away from external funding. So PDP is doing well as an opposition party. It will do better when we sort out the leadership crisis after the Supreme Court and we have a national chairman. I'm sure that the national chairman we will produce will be one who does not have any political or legal baggage.
You haven't changed your stance as to PDP not having a national leader.
No, I'm talking about national chairman. We have a caretaker chairman now.
Oh, okay.
We don't have a national chairman.
And that to you is who?
McCarthy, Senator Ahmed McCarthy.
He made a contradictory statement. Firstly, he said he is not a politician, but he is into politics. And after what he said, he's encouraging everybody to go into politics, going into villages to do good things to the people. My question is, what does it take for someone to be a politician if you are not a politician?
I'm quarreling with the social definition of the word politician. So that's what I'm saying, that because like I asked Nse, If someone came to marry her and says, you ask, what did you say? I'm a politician. You look back at the person. So I'm asking that everyone should be involved in politics, because truly everyone is already involved in politics.
But you know, if our politicians were not giving us the kind of feelings we have about them, we wouldn't get the idea.
Who are the politicians and who are you?
Well, let's go back to what you were doing. I wasn't even coming there.
Okay, so we must all get involved in politics so that we can redefine it. Everyone has a role to play in it. So I'm calling people to be involved in it, not to become the social meaning of the word politician, but to become a politician in the sense that you're interested in what is happening, you're interested in using public office for public good.
We heard of the Empower scheme, and I learned it's working in other states. I don't know what's happening to Akwa Ibom State, because recently I had the news that nobody has benefited from Akwa Ibom, and as a supervisor for youth, this program is meant for the youth. I want to know what's happening to the Empower scheme and why it's not working in Akwa Ibom.
About Empower, that question should go directly to the Minister of Information, Minister of Labour and Productivity, and a combination of them all. Are you even talking about Empower? Are you not aware that federal allocation to states that are not of the ruling party at the national come sometimes 3 weeks late? So you need to ask. Maybe it's part of the emasculation of the opposition. So, but God will help us.
Someone once said, or someone usually says, that he knows a lot of problems that politics have created, but he's not aware of any problem that politics have solved. So I'm asking, being a man who is into politics, you don't need to be a politician, I understand, but being a man who is into politics, how can we use politics to solve problems of our society?
You see, politics is a vehicle to governance in a democratic regime. Therefore, if governance has to do with sharing of resources, the determination of who gets what, where, when, and why, then politics, to be able to get to that point where you can participate in the distribution of resources to people, you must join politics. Politics has brought a lot of problems, but politics have brought a lot more solutions than the problem it has brought.
We appreciate you coming on the show, but just before you go, one word of advice to young people, to Nigerians, to everyone regarding governance and today.
Young people must not be docile. Young people must be able to take their destinies in their hands. Young people must know that the future of this country is their own future, because if governance is about setting a direction, putting infrastructure, developing human capital development, all of that is done for the future. So it means that it's done for the young people. So the young people must take pride, must take responsibility, must be involved, and must be engaged in the process of aligning the present with the future they desire. You see, if we continue to allow people other than those who will live in that future to align it, they will align it with the experience they have had. Now, we don't need so much experience, we need so much vision. Because the Bible speaking about this says, what I'm about to do, eyes have not heard, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it been put in the heart of man. Therefore, it's not about experience, it's about vision. It's for God to be able to open the eyes of young people, and young people to allow God to open their eyes to see what he's about to do in Nigeria. You see, when the first person constructed a bridge, there was no bridge. He had to envision it. So we must be able to envision what has not yet been and bring it into existence. So a lot of experience would not help. We need to bring young people to the point where they can think out of the box, where they can understand that, look, it's not just about experience. We can envision a future. We can picture a future where we need to feature. So, because you cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture. So the young people of today must be able to begin now to envision a future that they want to be a part of.